Hey guys, today's story is about a pony and a bad DM. Hello there! This is my first time posting. This story happened approximately 12 or so years ago, when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and I was a complete starry-eyed newbie at D&D. Nowadays, I'm a pretty seasoned player who's also wrote some of my own campaigns, but we all start somewhere. I was always fascinated with D&D since I was very young, because my dad and brother played it, and I looked up to both of them quite a lot. I also loved the concept and I liked fantasy, so I was in fact very overjoyed when they finally let me in on the fun. Now that I'm older, I can actually recognize that my dad and brother aren't good DMs, my brother especially. This story in particular always comes to mind, and it took me a combo of years and meeting new people to finally realize that my brother was being a jerk for no reason, and some people are just bad DMs. For context, my brother is 8 years older than I, and he disapproves of everyone and everything. He's one of those DMs that hate it when players have too much fun, and for him, the rules come first before anything else. He's also super high and mighty about the different editions, and swears by 3.5, and openly says that people who play 5e are mentally deficient. This story is just one example of his approach to D&D. So, I was a very excited kid who knew next to nothing about the rules, and boy was I ready to go on an adventure. I rolled up a half-elf bard named Onyx. I always loved bards because of Tom Merlin from The Wheel of Time, and my cousin and uncle were fellow party members. But their characters weren't relevant here. This is 2nd edition AD&D, by the way. So after a battle and some looting, the party stopped at a small village, and we had some downtime before we set off on our quest. I had a lot of gold and wanted to spend it, so I thought that it would be a good idea to buy a mount for the journey, and because my character was so small, I had her purchase a pony, and my brother was not happy about this, and asked me several times if I was sure, stressing that this would be an absolute waste of money. I insisted that, yes, I was sure, because I didn't think it would be a very big deal, and he didn't know that the main reason why I even went straight for the pony was because my brother had a companion who rode a pony in a separate game that my dad was running, and I wanted to emulate that. Anyway, I bought my pony, and in an attempt to sound more grown-up and serious, I named him Snake Eyes. My brother didn't hesitate to tell me how stupid he thought that was, and I was hurt. But we had an adventure to go on. So Onyx and Snake Eyes were only a little bit down the road when I realized that my brother wasn't going to let me off easy here. It was quickly established in the narrative that Snake Eyes was the most stubborn, uncooperative, ill-tempered pony that you could ever meet. He constantly tried to bite Onyx, wouldn't listen to a single command, and kept trying to run off at every free moment. It was quickly becoming unfun for me, and I started to resent my purchase. But I soldiered on, trying to hold on to any optimism I had left. We came across an illusion of fire, and we could not convince Snake Eyes to walk through it. I understand the logic here, but my brother practically held up the game for 20 minutes, trying to force me to abandon my pony by making it refuse to continue. After a lot of deliberation, my uncle suggested that we blindfold Snake Eyes and lead him through the fire, which my brother begrudgingly allowed. Finally, upon setting up camp, I was feeling pretty bad, and was trying to build some kind of bond with Snake Eyes by feeding him apples and petting him. But my brother made it clear that Snake Eyes still absolutely hated me. Anyways, in the middle of the night, orcs had attacked our campsite, and we had to defend it. And despite being tied to a tree, Snake Eyes managed to free himself in the confusion and took off running into the forest, never to be seen again. Well, that is, until we found his corpse later, gutted and strung up in a tree by orcs. I was very upset at the loss of my pony and money, and as a kid, I found this to be a very discouraging introduction to D&D, because I just wanted to have a pony like that other character, and my brother had to ruin it. After the session, I confronted my brother and asked why he had to be such a jerk about my pony, and why he had to make it uncooperative and desperate to run away. And he just shrugged and said, "Well, it's your fault. You should have bought a war pony. They listen better." Rest in peace, Snake Eyes. You're still missed. Well, guys, needless to say, this DM is a horrible DM, and beyond him not being a good DM, he doesn't seem to be a very good brother either. With him being 8 years or so older than the OP at this time, he would have been about 19 or 20. I do believe the OP even said it was 20 in the story. So this guy should have known better than to be treating his younger brother as such. And if he didn't want him to have a pony for whatever reason, he could have just said no. But rather than doing that, he kept wasting everyone's time trying to get this pony to either run away or escape or make the OP not want him anymore. And a lot of the blame also kind of goes on his other family as well. His uncle and father said absolutely nothing to this? That's kind of ridiculous. But that's the end of the story, and if you enjoyed it and would like to listen to more, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more. But, as always, have a good one.